Okay, so we're back with the next video here. And all that we've done on this one is we've switched it around. And now it says g of f of x. So in this case, we are going to be taking, let me change this a little bit. I guess it's because I made that bigger. We're going to be taking our f of x and substituting it into our g. So substitute f of x into g of x. Okay, that's what both of those means. And a lot of times this word, you'll hear it, maybe another teacher read it as it says, this word means follows. Okay, follows. And so you might say g follows f. A lot of times you'll hear that. But I like saying that we're going to substitute it into. Okay. So let's do, again, we're going to have the same equations or same functions, but now we're going to do it the other direction. So this one says take f and put it into g. So when I come to highlight, I read take f and put it into g. So take f and put it into g. See how I did that? Again, I think the highlighting works really great if you highlight it as you read it. So again, I'm taking f and putting it into g. So I'm going to have x squared, so that's a negative 3x minus 2 squared, minus 2 times x plus 3. Okay? Now, for what we're doing right now, especially this one as it's so big, I'm just going to leave it there. But it would not be something that you could not multiply out and combine like terms, okay? But since this is kind of long, we're just going to leave it right there, okay? Now, the next step, same as we did before, now it wants f of a negative 1 of g. So we've already did the problem, okay? And I'm just going to go ahead and rewrite that. Whoops, 3x minus 2. Plus 3. And now it says find, again, here we go. Again, here, this was an x, and this is in the same spot. So we're going to come over here to all of our x's, and we're going to put a negative 1. Now, anytime, I've told you this many times, anytime you substitute in a negative 1, put parentheses around it, okay? So here we go. So a negative 3 times a negative 1, minus 2, and then that whole thing squared. Negative 3 times a negative 1, minus the 2, plus 3. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and simplify this out here. So a negative 3 and a negative 1 would be 3. I'm just going to kind of go through. And a negative 3 times a negative 1 would be 3 again. Okay, now 3 minus 2 is 1, and 1 squared is 1. Minus, and then 3 minus 2, I'm here, is 1 times a negative 2 would be negative 2. Plus 3, running out of space. So 1 minus 2 would be a negative 1. Plus 3 would be 2. So g of f of a negative 1 is 2. Just about ran out of room writing too big there. Okay? Now, to do the next part, you would need to have that multiplied all the way out because, again, it is setting that equal to 4. And so we would have to take, again, that problem and set it equal to 4. Because, again, it says equals 4, so that's where we put it. Okay? Like I said, later on we'll go through there and we will multiply those out. But for today, we'll just leave it there. Okay? Does that make sense what we're doing? We're just doing a substitution, so don't make this overly difficult. Okay, we're going to do one more. So, again, this is saying take f, which is here, and put it into g. Okay, so we're taking f into g. So I'm going to have absolute value of 2x plus 1 plus 3. And that's it. Okay, we just put the f, this piece here, right there. Okay, so now I say, it says take g of f of 3. That means to come back up to my equation, and we're going to put in a 3. Just a substitution. And just go ahead and simplify it. 2 times 3 is 6, which would be 7, which would be 7 plus 3, which is 10. So g of f of 3 is 10. Okay? And the last one, again, this is set equal to a negative 6. So this is where we get the equation. So 2 times, whoops, I'm going to take that off. So 2x plus 1, again, I'm going back up to my equation up here, plus 3 equals a negative 6. Now again, we have us an absolute value problem to solve. So I'm going to minus 3. Here you thought absolute values had gone away. It equals a negative 9. So again, we need to look at it, pay attention to what you got here, because when will the absolute value be negative? And hopefully your answer is never. This is a no solution. Okay? Okay, so I've given you 4 problems of composite of functions, and then showed you also how we were going to substitute in numbers for them, and also how to write it as an equation. So again, as an introduction to composite of functions in class next period, we will go through and do more of those, and hopefully you'll understand what's going on. If not, please ask questions. That's the only way I'm going to know if you know what's going on. So we'll see you next class period.